for you. Where is it? Let's see. Oh, what do you think of Brandy Glanville slamming doctors? Kaiser Permanente, she says the doctors there won't help her anymore. They've told her that her face is the reason her face is deformed is because of injections and all the stuff she's put into it. And she's going to have to wait 5 years for it to resolve itself. And she's not willing to do that. And the best she felt was when she popped over to Cedars here in LA and she was getting uh, okay, you're so much better with the words. Antiviral
But
medication
why isn't she doing that anymore? Too expensive?
out of pocket. Because see, you're either
Ay, ay,
Kaiser
ay.
or you're like other. If you're under Kaiser, you can only go to Kaiser people if you don't want to pay
Mhm.
out of pocket. So she
Right.
was getting these antiviral, antibacterial or antibiotic treatments intravenous. They were making a huge difference, but she had to pay. She can't afford it. And
Well,
I think because it seems like she says the worm is still there in the face. Kaiser says there's no worm. You've injected yourself so much. You got to let it, you got to let it, you got to stop. This is going to take a very long time for it to resolve. Thoughts?
I haven't gotten filler in like 2 years, and it is still in here. I have to be honest with you. I mean, I get my Dysport, which is Botox, every 3 months, of course. That and oneskin.co, code Velvet, 15% off. That's all I do. It does take a while. So, is this Munchausen's? Is she, I mean, isn't that a strange turn of events? Karma, guys, it's a real thing. Um, I mean, I don't know. Is this all in her head? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not, belittling her physical condition. Why are the doctors telling her this? I'm asking. I'm being nice for a minute. When it comes to health, I'm nice.
Has a resolution she doesn't like. So I don't know. But
I mean, does it take years to dissolve the filler and stuff? Yeah, I guess, but I thought there was also a way to just kind of get it out. I mean, Rinna had her lips dissolved. I mean, isn't there a way to get it out of there?
I think I think that she's,
Poor thing.
okay, let's see. She slammed the doctors over $70,000 in plastic surgery procedures. In recent health update, the reality star admitted she has now spent over $70,000 and had 5 consultants with plastic surgeons to fix the issues. Fans have been following her battle to treat issues. And Saturday, she was on Twitter. Glanville unexpectedly responded. She says, I'm getting more help from social media and podcast listeners than I am from doctors. Do we think this is true? She says, just days before, let's see. She says now that she has painful lumps, one in the jawbone area, one on the side of the neck, and one on the back of the neck. I have chills and a constant oily, foul tasting drainage from face to mouth. It's acidic and it's eating away at my teeth. Plus, all of my lymph nodes in head and neck are swollen. Doctors at Kaiser say I'm fine. Help me. 2 days prior, the reality star revealed she'd been faking it with her seemingly happy demeanor, and she's actually effing miserable.
I saw that.
Doctors at Cedars put her on IV antibiotics, fungal medication, and I was getting better. I looked normal, but I couldn't afford to stay on them. I was forced to see doctors outside my insurance because the doctors at Kaiser had no clue. I need my life to change. This is my real health update. In January, botched Terry Dubrow took 4 tiny
Hmm.
biopsies from her face and neck after steroids, antibiotics, antiviral medication failed to help her. I thought she just said that it did help her. The 66-year-old plastic surgeon informed Glanville through TMZ that her disfigurement was not the result of a parasite, but a foreign body reaction to something she had injected, and it could take 5 years to fully recover. She did not like Terry's
Mm.
response. 5 years is way too long for me to wait, the Traitors
Well,
contested.
sweetheart, I'm sorry, but you have to listen to the doctors. We can't speed up time. This is why people are worried about online trolls and you said this about me and plastic surgery. Yeah, I get my face shot full of Botox and I want to look my best, but nothing matters except health. So if it's going to take 5 years, and that's what all the doctors are saying, I mean, do you are the doctors at Kaiser sending you home because you're annoying them, or is there really just nothing they can do? Like, and you don't like the answer? Like, if there's nothing they can do, there's truly nothing
I
they can
mean,
do. This
look,
is the problem with our healthcare system. Again, not to be on a soapbox. The fact that we can't afford things and we have to go out of our network, et cetera, and it favors only the very wealthy. That's the problem. Doesn't mean you buy a gun and you shoot somebody with a family. That is not a fucking hero. You goddamn morons. Go on.
no, I think, well, first of all, she spent $70,000 out of pocket. I mean, that's not,
Wow.
most people don't have that money. And I mean, Terry Dubrow, obviously we are critical of the Dubrows at times based on what they do on TV, but I think Terry genuinely wanted to help her. And I think Terry's a very legitimate doctor. I think if Terry's telling her that and giving her this free advice, I mean,
And
it
not
sounds to
for
me like what Terry's basically insinuating, but doesn't want to throw her under the bus, allegedly, is like she probably illegally, she probably went somewhere where it was cheap to inject herself with something, whatever it was, filler, Botox, anything. And she went to like
hmm
a shady place. Whatever injected her face with, she is now eating her face. I mean, you could have, who knows, right? If you don't go to a legit person, anything could, I mean, it's like with
and not
Botox.
for nothing. I mean, we can move on to the next thing, but and not for nothing, doesn't Leanne Rhymes and Eddie, they have some money. They have a lot of money.
I know, but
So
you can't keep asking. I mean, I think they've done a lot
I
for her. They
know.
keep very quiet. I
I
mean,
tried. I tried to help her.
all right, look, anyway, I've got to love you and leave you, except for I want really quickly Angie Oakley on RHOA. What's the story about her husband fathering a child outside their marriage? Is this true?
Well, on the show, she said, this and that, and Charles was kicked out of Madison Square Garden, and even that went viral at the time, and blah, blah, blah. And the internet sleuths have put things together and they said, we've have this child and this one we look after, or this one Charles has or something. So people have put together based on the timeline that apparently that the big drama wasn't him being, because she said, Charles and I separated after he was kicked out of Madison Square Garden. Like we had some, a bump in our marriage and people are like, huh? Your husband went and was kicked out on national TV and made like headlines because he doesn't get along with like the commissioner from all those years. And that's what? Like that's why you didn't speak? Because he was kicked out of Madison Square Garden, like he didn't that's embarrassing or something to you? That don't make no sense. Right? You're gonna stop speaking to your husband over there that you tell me you love so much because he was kicked out of an event and it made headlines? You wouldn't give a fuck. Um,
True.
so people were like, and then they did the math and this and that. And apparently there's a scene where she's like, our child, and Charles has this is very subtle. Well, apparently Wendy Williams, our very good friend, is involved in this because apparently she said way back on her show, who knew Angie would be a housewife? Last night I was here and I was partying, and we had Cardi B and we had this one and that one, and there was Angela Oakley, and I went to leave, and she was like, Wendy, it's just